Today we are talking about Insane Clown Posse's album, The Naught, which is, if you don't know, the final album in the second deck of the Joker card albums. Now, unfortunately, I will say I am not excited for this album, but I'm not excited, if you catch my drift. I just feel like with the last studio album being 4 years ago, and the 3 side EPs since then, the little seed EPs from the Yum Yum Bedlam era, they just were average at best. Going into this album just is very weary, and after listening to it, it's awful. 17 tracks, just over an hour long. It is... oh god. I have never heard an album flop as hard as this, especially since this is the grand finale of the second deck. I will say, like, the second deck has been kind of 50-50 for a lot of people. Here and there if you like it, if you don't like it. My favorites from it, honestly, are, like, the first 3 were solid. Like, Bang Pow Boom was amazing for what it was. It's coming out of, like, the 2000s. Mighty Death Bop had a unique, like, feel and flavor to it. Marvelous Missing Link, while a lot of people, like, aren't a fan of it, I love the experiment kind of stuff they did, with it being like a double-faced one, kind of like how the Wraith was. Fearless Fred, I did not like. It was just alright, but there were some songs that were okay, just isn't for me. Yum Yum Bedlam kind of brought me back into it, like, oh, this is just a refresh into this. And then the Naught. Now we're going over to track by track, starting out with the intro, which was way too long. Honestly, most intros should be about a minute maximum. They shouldn't be any more than that, unless it's an introduction song. That's the only exception. But like in an introduction to an album, it's literally just saying intro. It's pointless to be anything over a minute, and it is kind of flashback type thing with old lyrics and the clock ticking, and it just not a good way to start off the album. Is 2 minutes of that. Now the track The Naught, they normally do a song per album, which is basically like the title of it. Kind of like Bad Company by Bad Company off the album Bad Company. So the track The Naught is the only track I can confidently say was solid and that I actually enjoyed. I loved the vibe of it. It really gave me hope for what this album should have been. Like, the direction with this track was like nail on the head. If they drove with this the whole way, this would have been a completely different album. And then Watch Me basically takes that car that was driving and crashes it off a cliff into a picnic. That's just how it feels. It was a horrendous, like, whiplash into this more goofy and off-putting thing, and it was just out of place. Like, it felt like it should have been on the Mighty Death Pop, if I'm gonna be honest. Like, it did not make sense to me. Everybody Dies is up next, and very green of them at Psychopathic to reuse song titles, right? All seriousness, this is another song about everybody dying. It's them going on a murder spree. They've done this before. This has been reused many, many times over for the same kind of, like, theatrics theme. They reused the Everybody Rise chorus from the Jekyll Brothers era for this, and also it's just so damn long. There is no reason for this song to be 6+ minutes. At 3 minutes, I would say it's kind of pushing it there. But 6 minutes, yeah, like, way, way too long for what the hell this is. Then we have Happy Fun Day. I don't have anything else to say about it, other than it's a song about fucking. I cannot elaborate on that anymore. Only Wicked Shit, it seems like another Ouija Mac style song. They could have honestly taken it from him, and I wouldn't have noticed. Like, they're trying to be, like, edgy in it or hard or whatever the hell you want to call it, and it just does not click with me. Flashback 1, they're doing these interlude type things. It's basically the same thing as the intro. If you're wondering what it is, that's it. Dead Kelly is basically the same song they've done many times over, like Cemetery Girl or Debbie in the Dark from the Lotus group stuff. It's a zombie person. It's a dead girl. What else can we really say about it? And it's just them saying Dead Kelly looks like this or Dead Kelly does that for 6 minutes, pretty much. Here We Go is basically another copy of the song Watch Me, but more in the filler lane, and just, there's not really much to be remembered by it. Same goes for the next track, Cinnamon Pigtails. Why is this here? I was so confused by it. I was confused after I heard it. Confused during the second listen. That's how it is. Still Breathing at least makes an attempt to try something new, but I don't think they stuck the landing right, and I just was not a fan of it at the end of the day. Pop Out seems like trying to do like a dance type track, kind of like Headless Boogie in a way, but like a newer style, but I just zoned out. It just did not really work for me. Flashback 2, another interlude, too long. It was longer than the first one, and it was just annoying. Throw 'em Up, can't really say much about it other than it's an anthem song. It's one that they'll play at the gathering, honestly. Kind of like Here Comes the Carnival, which I think is honestly like a better anthem-esque song. It's really interesting sounding, and it's really energetic. This is another one that they're going to play. Softy Pillow Man just sucks. I can't say anything else about it other than it sucks. It's like bad bullying. They're trying to like make this person sound like a wimp, like saying he's scared of Squidward. What are we doing? I'm Fallen just gave me Super Mario 64 running up the infinite stairs, but just worse. Just nothing really of value ending in here. And now for the worst ending to an album ever, While It Lasts, using the worst singing possible and the most awful and insulting sample of Africa by Toto. They just glued this shit show together. That's how they want to end this Joker's Card era, is shitty Africa by Toto. Now, the ear appeal score, I can confidently, with my whole heart and chest, say it is a 1. It is a 1. It sucks. It was awful. It was a rough listen the first time, and when I had to go through for the track by track, it was even worse then, and I do not have any urge to come back and listen to this again after it. Like, I've already deleted it off my, like, listening stuff. Like, there's no need for me to have this album at all. Having 6 producers on this album makes this thing fly so back and forth so hard that there's no consistency within any of the songwriting or the production. It just seems like no one knew what the fuck they were doing, and it just led to it feeling half-assed. It's like a chunk of these songs sound like Mighty Death Pop outtakes, and another chunk feels like they should have been on the Yum Yum Bedlam Seed EPs. And then just like another chunk, it's like, why were they made? Like, nothing felt of album quality, and it just feels insanely rushed, especially with the 2-minute long intro and then the 2 filler tracks. Like, are you kidding me? The flashback tracks. So it's not even 17 whole tracks, it's 14, and those 14 official tracks weren't that good. Now for the final score, I normally would add in talking about packaging, because I think physical media is important, and normally with very big albums like this, you get pre-orders. There were no pre-orders. This album was rushed out so quick, it is just pathetic. There were no CD pre-orders, let alone if you wanted a vinyl. They didn't even do a vinyl for Yum Yum. I think they just gave up on that part, but it seems like they're giving up on the CD part too. And it was just awful. Less than 3 weeks between album announcement to album release. No CD to pre-order, no single, and probably the worst thing in my opinion, it was promoted using an AI-generated video. Now I want to be clear, because a lot of people had varying comments and thoughts when everything first came out, because it was just a headache. So Tom Wood, amazing artist, I actually have some of his artwork. He did the artwork for like the Naught promo, where both of their skulls, like the painted skulls, are in the hourglass. He did the artwork for that. He even showed proof, because a lot of people thought that was AI, and I can kind of see why. Like, a lot of of the generative AI stuff could be mistaken for some of his artwork, but he is a great artist, so I doubt he would really ever touch that stuff. So the picture is not the problem. The picture of the hourglass with the skulls painted is not the problem here. It is the video. The video they put on Instagram to promote it uses AI generated content in it along with their photos. You can see it within the clock face that's ticking. Just gibberish words. There's one point where you see like sand in an hourglass falling, and the sand's like fizzing around and going upwards instead of down. There's so many parts in that where basically everything that wasn't a picture of them seems to be just an AI generated chunk, and I think that's insulting. Like, you have so many great artists you possibly know, plus Tom Wood is there. It's like you couldn't have found anyone to do any sort of interesting animation for this video. At the very least, you could have even done just a video of you two sitting down, just announcing the 6th card. I think that would have been a much better thing than fucking AI slop. And also just the album cover itself. That's shit. It's lazy. It's like, and it's even hard to see because it's pretty much the same exact color as the fucking background. It's like dark gray when the album is black. Like honestly, with my sunglasses on, I'm looking at it right now, I can't see the back of the horns because it blends in. It's like, why would you do that? That is the worst possible thing you could do. So, I'm giving this shit show a 1. I'd go lower if I could, but I'm not gonna give a 0. I can't give a 0. It's like, it's between 1 and 10, and this is the lowest of the low. I don't think I've ever hated an album so much upon release. Like, it was bad. Thank you everyone for tuning in. What are your thoughts on this? What are your thoughts on it? Did you somehow like it? Do you have the same hatred for it I do? Just let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.